Hey, hey, hey. We start in 6 minutes. So 6 o'clock. Hey, Felicia, how you doing? Hey, y'all. I can see some of y'all up on here. I can't see who everybody is. But we are starting at 6 o'clock, which is in like 6 minutes. Hey, Vet, how you doing, sugar? We're going to start here just in about 5 minutes. I'm just working out technical difficulties. That's it. Sharing it to the other pages and stuff. And then we're going to get started. We got a lot to talk about. Jesus, we got a lot to talk about. Hey, Anthony. So you guys know this is shared on so many different pages that you may not be able to see who everybody is. You may only be able to see the number in that's viewing from whatever page you're viewing from. So I gotta see about everybody. But we finna get this thing started, honey, in just a minute. And what I'm gonna do too, let me see, I think I'm gonna put something in the comments. Y'all know tonight we're talking about black fatigue, but we finna talk about a bunch of shit. Just FYI. Hey, Mr. Mabs. Hey, Vernon. How y'all doing? We start in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm just putting shit together on here. What did I do with? Okay. I'm gonna drop some stuff in the comments. Hold on. What in the world? Okay, 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. We finna get it cracking. I'm just sharing it with these other ones. Now, y'all check the comments. I'm going to put this in here. So So this, what I just put in, is about, the first one is about what black fatigue really means. And the second one I'm going to put up is how the colonizers have trying to take black fatigue and turn it into something else. So, good evening, motherfuckers. Good evening, Felicia. Hey, sissy. Okay, y'all, I'm here. Shit, it took me a minute to get this stuff together, but it's done. Good evening, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Village Podcast. I'm Trish. Baby, we got so much shit to talk about. This is so ridiculous. Listen, you in the club. This one right here is a mess. So look. So y'all listen, let's get right into this shit. Let's get right on into it, honey. First, I want to say something about the young lady that was murdered today in Minneapolis. It fucked my head up. Hey, Mr. Mason, Happy New Year. It fucked my head up. My head's still fucked up. They ICE murdered an American citizen today. Shot that lady in the face. If y'all not worried, if y'all not scared, like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I've been literally singing this same song. I've been trying to tell my people, look, woo-woo-de-wop, this was happening, and everybody's still just like, oh, well, all that humming and hawing. Do y'all see what the fuck is going on? Hey, Ivory, hey, Kai, do y'all see what the fuck going on? I know, I can see it. I can see plain as day. I know that lady is dead. I know that she's also an American citizen. That's what I do know. I know that I'm not going down like that. I don't know what these colonizers call themselves doing, but baby, I'm gonna put something on their motherfucking mind. I'm telling y'all right now, if you do not have a gun, get you a gun. I'm not stuttering. I'm not joking. I ain't playing with you. If you do not have a gun, get you a motherfucking gun. That's that. Because the shit that's happening, this is all white supremacy shit, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Only motherfuckers that can fix white supremacy is white folks. We can't fix it. This is their internal fight they having with themselves, amongst themselves, and they don't understand why they're not really superior and they're more mediocre than anything. So, yeah, keep something on you to protect yourself. Because these colonizers done lost their motherfucking minds. And these Trump swallowers, they walk around here, they have lost their goddamn, I wish a motherfucker would. See, therefore, we are not our ancestors. I'm not saying this to incite no type of violence or nothing. I'm not even about violence. But baby, don't come fucking with me. Because if you send for me, I'm coming. Don't send for me. I like to mind my own business. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, hey, Vern, I said, this shit is going down for real. Tonight, we supposed to be talking about black fatigue. We supposed to be talking about black fatigue, but this motherfucker done killed an American citizen. When I saw that video, I was at work, y'all. Tears. I was like, it didn't even matter whether she was American or not. And she doesn't have to even be a citizen. She's a human fucking being. And she's dead. She had plans tonight, I'm sure. She probably had plans tomorrow. But she's dead. And I'm telling you right now, people that voted for Trump, I got nothing but disrespect for you. Nothing but disrespect. We knew who the fuck he was before his first term. And you musty bitches still put him in office. Then you done turned around with your stinking ass and put his ass back in office. And he's tearing a hole in everybody's ass. Everybody's getting it. Why? I've been saying this since the beginning. Trump is mad because he got indicted and found guilty. He's mad at the whole fucking country, dummy. He been mad. Why you think he's trying to sue all these people? He's a person who seeks revenge, which goes back to that little dick energy, which that white supremacy, which really means white mediocrity. They feel that they're superior for whatever the fuck reason. White people have contributed less to the country than anybody. What do colonizers do? What are colonizers known for? Lying, stealing, murder, and raping. That's what the fuck colonizers do. That's what they're known for. All across the world, not just here, all across the world. So I'm trying not to stay on that. I'm trying to we trying to fuck with the yeah. I'm so fucked up. I'm so over this. I am so over this. Between all the shit they done did with that Charlie Kirk nonsense, and then now we dealing with you motherfuckers really just out here killing people. You know they get like a $30,000 bonus when they kill a motherfucker, right? Y'all know that, right? Y'all doing any research? Are you figuring out what the fuck is going on? Are you trying to figure out, is these bitches finna come to your damn town? Are you looking at it? Are you looking at anything? Or are you saying, well, it ain't me? Because that's the American way, is to say it ain't me. So, you know, if they ain't bothering me, I'm a legal citizen. I was born here. So was the lady that they murdered today. She was from here. The problem I have with most of you motherfuckers, especially Christians, let's talk about these bitch-ass Christians. It's a joke. Now, I'm going to be honest. I believe in Jesus. He's my Lord and Savior. I got a relationship with him. I do not believe in organized religion for this very reason. For this very fucking reason. Because you bitches are okay with cruelty of others. Just being cruel to other people. As long as it don't come knocking on your door, you cool. That's why I don't fuck with y'all. Because Trump and the rest of his bitches, they do all this shit and they wrap it up with God paper. Like, oh, we gonna do all this murdering, stealing, raping, and killing, but we gonna wrap it up in the Bible. And you bitches gonna buy it. And you do. You do. That is how, this is what I've been saying. Colonizers are a one-trick pony. One-trick pony. They've been playing the same trick on you motherfuckers all the time, and you fall for it every time. Every time you fall for the same fucking trick. This ain't nothing different. This ain't nothing new. The shit that they're doing, hunting people and shit. Bitch, y'all don't remember Jim Crow? We don't even have to go back to slavery, bitch. We ain't got to go all the way back to slavery. We can start today. Racism still exists today. It's the fabric of this fucking nation. It's an evil, violent ass nation. We can start with today, or we can go back to Jim Crow. And move our way forward. We can start talking about the Black Wall Streets and all the cities and churches and schools and hospitals that were burned down by colonizers who did this in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Hey, Nicholas. So look, I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Like, I gotta get my mind right. And so let me share this with you, and then we finna get into it. So I was gonna quit the podcast altogether. I was like, I'm done with this podcast. My gift, my passion is to help hurting people. It's always been that. I've been doing shit like this since way before the internet was even the internet. Been doing stuff like this. Always had ministries, always been a part of helping people. That's my passion. That's what I do. But ooh, you motherfuckers is on my nerves. I ain't never met so many complacent ass motherfuckers in my life. I have not met so many people that make so many excuses. Instead of taking on the problem head on, you lie to yourself and lie to everybody around you, and you're always a fucking victim. I was like, my God, I've been doing this shit. I'm 51 years old. I've been doing this shit since I was about 22. 22, I've been doing this shit. I know good and hell well Jesus was tired of y'all. I know he was. I'm tired of you. I'm tired. It don't make no sense. We have to do better, y'all. As people, we have to do better. So anyway, God beat me. He talked real bad to me. I agree, Mr. Mason. I agree. God talked bad to me. He said, "No, I ain't told you can quit nothing." So I'm back. Let's talk about black fatigue. So let me tell you this. And this kind of goes into what we're talking about with old girl, them murdering that lady today. So black fatigue, and I'm gonna give this to you straight because there's a bunch of raccoons out here that's talking about black fatigue. There's a bunch of colonizers out here talking about black fatigue, but they're telling you shit all the way wrong. Let me give it to you straight, no chaser. If you do not have the book called Black Fatigue, it's by Mary Frances Winters. I got the book. I'm on the book. You know me, I keep my little books, right? Get the book. You can get it on, I get all my shit. I do Audible, so, hey Sean, I do Audible, so I'm always downloading books. But they got it on Amazon. If you're on Audibles, they got it on there. Get this book called Black Fatigue. I'm telling you, you will not regret buying this book. You won't. I promise you that. So this is what Black Fatigue came out back in, was that 2020? 2020, Mary coined the phrase Black Fatigue, came out with this book and all this. Now I'm going to read to you what is on here. So it says the original definition, because Mary is the one that came up with it, so she has her own definition, right? Introduced in the book called Black Fatigue, How Racism Erodes the Mind, Body, and Spirit, the term refers to repeated variations of stress that result from navigating centuries of systemic racism. Causes: continuous exposure to microaggressions, workplace bias, and the emotional labor of explaining racism to others, which I don't do no more. I don't talk about it. Fuck you. The next one is physical and mental impact. Research links this fatigue to physiological weathering, which can lead to intergenerational. I was like, what the fuck? Intergenerational health issues, anxiety, and depression. Black people, she's talking to you. Second edition. And so, I'm going to get the second edition. I ain't got that one yet. Second edition is a second edition of the book featuring updated data and new chapters that's scheduled to be released June of 26. So if you ain't got the first one, get the first one. The second one come out, get the second. Because I'm sure gonna get it. Now, I just read off to you in Mary's words what black fatigue is. Now, these raccoons and these fucking colonizers, they're on YouTube and on Facebook, different places. And they're saying, like, you know how Carnival changed some of their rules and stuff? They're saying that Carnival is suffering from black fatigue. Basically, the white folks, the colonizers, are saying that black fatigue really means that everybody else is sick of black folks. They sick of us pulling the race card. They sick of us talking about DEI. They sick of black folks. That's what they're saying, right? That's not what black fatigue is. It's not. Black fatigue is, you know what it is if you black. You sick of these motherfuckers all in your face. You know, as a black person, you'll never be alone because it's always going to be a colonizer in your business, right? You already know that. So every time you turn around, it's always something. You know it like I know it. They can't help themselves. I think it's a mental defect that they cannot fucking help themselves. So they know that, like, you walking into the store or something, they want to come act like you coming in to steal. I don't care how nicely a black person is dressed. I don't care what the fuck you're driving. I don't care how much you got in your pocketbook or your wallet. You are not immune to that. This is what they do. So I think about growing up. I grew up in Vancouver, Washington. I was the only black kid in the school. There was no Asians in the school. It was all whites and me. That's it. The racism that I endured from in elementary school all the way up to 7th grade. Do you know how exhausted I was as a kid? I'm going to be honest with you. I came from an upper middle class home. We had shit. I did not know I was a nigger until a white person told me that. I had never been called a nigger. And I was a kid, so I didn't fully know what nigger meant, but I knew it wasn't good. I knew that. So I was like, and I was a kid, y'all. I was in elementary school, and I remember being called a nigger, and I had never been called that before. So a white person, a colonizer, was the first motherfucker to tell me that I'm a nigger. I'm like, shit, I didn't even know that. I've been with me all the time and didn't know that. So I remember going to school. White people hated me for no other reason than because I'm black. And then on top of being black, I'm not poor. So I got all the same shit. Back then, we wearing the Spree, Guess, Coke and Pepsi had clothing lines. I got all that shit. I got K-Swiss, Kids, the Adidas. I got all, whatever I want, I got it. I got it. I'm going to school with perfume on as a kid. I got all this shit. I go get my hair done. Back then I had a curl. So I'm at the shop every 3 months. But I'm together. So it wasn't like I was a poor black person. I'm pulling up with the same shit they got. Hey, Morris. And so it was a problem. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? It was a problem. I was exhausted. By the time I moved to Portland, I was exhausted. You guys, I fought my way in elementary school. I fought. If I didn't do nothing else, I fought. If you called me a nigger, now the one chick, the first one that called me a nigger, she ended up getting the pass because I was stunned, like, what the nigger? And I remember I got home, Big Daddy said, what's going on, Trish? He said, she called you. I said, Big Daddy, she called me a nigger. He said, who called you this? So I told him what happened. Big Daddy looked at me and he said, what did you do to her, Trish, when she called you a nigger? I said, I didn't do nothing. I didn't know what to do. He said, let me tell you something. If a motherfucker call you a nigger again, you punch him in the mouth. Punch him in the mouth. If you come home and tell me that somebody called you a nigger and you didn't punch him in the mouth, me and you got problems. What? Now, Big Daddy ain't never whooped me. He ain't never put his hands on me. Big Daddy, I don't even believe he ever raised his voice at me. I was like, what the hell? I said, for real? He said, me and you gonna fall out, Trish. I said, well, shit, I ain't falling out with my Big Daddy. Hell no. After that, every bitch said, you could say nickel. If it sound like you finna say nigger, you getting punched in the face. I fought my way all the way through elementary school, middle school, all the way, just fighting for that reason. I didn't know I was less than you guys, am I? So I'm not worth as much as, I didn't know all that shit till white person told me, right? So that is black fatigue in a nutshell. Motherfuckers is tired. Happy New Year, sugar. Wait, Sean said you were dramatized as a kid because of racism. Yeah, it was crazy. Now hold on. Anthony said it was the same for me. Oh yes, sir. I could see that in Puyallup. Yes, honey. Yes, I can see that. You ain't said nothing. Traumatized. Okay, got you. So there's always been this thing there, right? So we all know as black folks how motherfuckers come. We know when we're being discriminated against. We know that. And so it gets to a point where it's like, you know what? You just start snapping at people. Look, because they'll come in, well, see, black women, their attitude, no, we sick of you motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of our faces. Most black people just want to be left alone. We really do. We really don't even want to be bothered. But here y'all come with this fuck shit. So when you see these black raccoons that's talking about, no, it's just nobody likes black people. And these are black people saying that. These are MAGA support. Anybody who, when I run across black folks who don't like the vision of themselves, don't like the vision of other people that look like them, I can't fuck with you. Ain't nothing I could do with you. If you're worthless to me. You just a waste of space and skin and all kind of shit. You are absolutely fucking worthless. You sucking up oxygen that we could be using. So I just don't have nothing for you. I can't stand a raccoon. People get on here, my inbox stay full. Just because if I'm a Republican, that doesn't mean. Let me tell you something about politics. I am a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat. Both parties are trash. Let's just be clear. Both parties are trash. However, if the Republicans ever came up with a candidate that wasn't a fucking lunatic, have you noticed that Republicans are just reckless? Anytime they get in office, they fuck up everything. And then it always takes a Democrat to fix it. So my thing is, if the Republicans had somebody worth voting for, I would cross party lines and vote Republican. But Republicans don't. Republican candidates are fucking psychopaths. They're all psychopaths. Mitt Romney, all of these bitches are fucking insane. All of them. So it's like, shit. What's the worst of the two evils? Which one? Because both parties are trash. Period. And that's just what it is. These fucking raccoons, they'll get up. Well, Trish, you're stuck because you need to be voting Republican anyway because you know that the Democrats started the Klan. Bitch, we know. But guess what? When the Democrats started the Klan, they also at the same time was like, man, we need to get these black votes. If we pass this civil rights stuff, we can get the blacks to come over here because we letting them know that we in on it, right? We want blacks to win. That's when the whole civil rights thing was coming. So guess what? When black people always voted Republican. Always. Historically, black people have voted Republican. Black people changed parties because the Democrats said, we want to support civil rights. Now, civil rights, some of y'all retarded. Civil rights are not just about black folks. We all have civil rights, right? So they decide, hey, y'all come over here because we want to back you with civil rights, give you guys blah, blah, blah. What happened, all the black people went over to the Republican Party. The motherfuckers that started the Klan left the Democratic Party, went to the Republican Party, and they're still there. That's why the Republicans still fly those Confederate flags and they still want these Confederate statues and shit up. If you over there fucking with Republicans, you're a MAGA to me. I don't give a fuck if you voted for Trump because you was too much of a pussy to cross party lines, you're MAGA. That's it. He's already killed the Republican Party. Y'all got Trump to thank for that. He has destroyed your whole fucking party. All of it is gone. It's nothing but MAGA. These are the most illiterate motherfuckers you're gonna ever run across. We keep coming back to like DEI type stuff. Can I just tell y'all about DEI? Because I feel like a lot of y'all that talk about it don't even know what the fuck DEI means. And then white people, colonizers, well, we're sick of hearing about it. You should be hired based on your merit and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you why DEI existed in the first place. Because nobody wants to talk about why it existed and why DEI does not exist in places like China. China's not diverse. Everybody in this motherfucker in China is Chinese. You may have maybe 10% of the population that's not, but everybody else is Chinese. There's no real diversity there. There's diversity here. Why did we need DEI, affirmative action? It wasn't because people of color did not have skills and education and the wherewithal to do the job. It's because we were blackballed from those positions. That's why. It has nothing to do with experience saying that, oh, they only got it because they're black, or they only got it because they were a woman, or no. It has nothing to do with like that. You still have to qualify for the job. So all they were doing was trying to level out the playing field so that you don't have these corporations that are white people top to bottom. And that's what it's always been. Remember the 40 acres and a mule that we were supposed to have got? And they said, oh, psych, we changed our mind. We're going to give all the black people the 40 acres and a mule that we promised y'all. We really going to give it to the white people. I mean, our bad. Sorry. Why do you think the prison system was put into place? Y'all gotta pay attention to this shit. Why do you think that there is a prison system? Because they knew once the slaves were free, they would have to steal. Because when nobody gonna give them no job, they didn't give them their 40 acres and a mule. And a lot of black people, some black people did get a little something, but they didn't even want to mine them fields and all that kind of shit. They were sick of doing all that shit for the colonizers. That's why stuff exists. Do you want to know why black people, why we like our, now I don't like my steak cooked well done, that's y'all. But for majority of black people, they like well done steak. They like everything cooked hard. We like everything seasoned heavy. You want to know why? Have you ever thought why we are like that? Because it's not just a certain demographic. It's not just black people down south or black people on the East Coast. It's black people. Why? You want to know why? Oh, I'll tell you. It's because back in the day, when the slave masters used to give the slaves food, give them the leftover stuff, sometimes the meat was rotten and spoiled and it smelled. So the colonizers would say, listen, little nigger boy, little nigger girl, if you cook it real, real hard, season it real good, you won't even taste it. That's why. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't like being told the truth. I'm trying to give you the game. I don't know why black people, it just enraged me with this raccoon shit, this super coon shit. I don't understand how, as much shit as we have gone through as black people, how the fuck can anybody shapeshift? I'll tell you right now, there is not a race of people that I would ever side with over black people. Not a race of nothing. I would never side with another race over my race. So you look at this shit and I see these goddamn raccoons that irritate. They make my ass itch. They're so annoying. And they get on here and they talk all this shit as it relates. Hey, Kathleen, all this shit as it relates to Trump. And now they're bringing up this black fatigue. And it pissed me off about the black fatigue because here again is something that they stole. Here it is, something that we came up with and they stole it. Country music, all these different things that they just take and they make it their own. And they do it right in your face. Because now, I say this on a regular basis, even this shit with Trump. Trump will look you in your face and be like, what you gonna do, believe me or your lying eyes? He doing everything in your face. When they was asking him about times with Epstein, he was all sitting there gritting. He's reminiscing about raping babies. Megyn Kelly, that's a retarded bitch. She's on. I don't care who he was handsy with 20 years ago. Let me tell you something about these people. They don't give a fuck about that children are the future bullshit that we be. Oh, the kid, no. They rape and eat their own children. They don't give a fuck about none. They don't care what's in these files. I'm telling you, they do not care about nothing but white supremacy. And a lot of these white folks was raised like that and don't even see a difference. You bring it to them, they don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. That's how that it's born and bred like that. So, listen. This black fatigue is real. And now, it looks like a lot of motherfuckers finna be fatigued in a minute. You got Hispanic fatigue. You finna have all kind of fucking Venezuela fatigue. This shit is exhausting. This is exhausting. If you know as being a black person, the kind of shit you gotta go through all the time. The kind of the disrespect. Now, they don't be so bold with it. Sometimes it's a little more subtle. But you know what I'm saying. You know what to pick up. So, I am in, oh shit, I can't even call the store I was at. I'm in this store, minding all my business. That's what I do, I mind my business. Getting my little stuff. I put my stuff on, I'm doing the self-checkout. And I think I had 3, maybe 4 items tops. Got my little stuff, and I done put my little stuff in the bag. Lady behind me. Oh, ma'am, did you miss something? I thought I dropped something. I thought that's what I was looking. I said, what do you mean? Oh, I thought you didn't scan. You thought I didn't what? No, I just thought maybe you forgot to scan something. I looked at this bitch. I said, let me tell you something. Why you over here trying to chin check me for no fucking reason? But you got something to say to me. I know you don't want no smoke, but bitch, you finna get it. I said, you worried about my pocketbook and what the fuck I got going on. I can cash your motherfucking check with what I got in my pocketbook right now, bitch. I said, because trust me, you ain't living better than me. Oh, I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. You just accused me of stealing for no reason. For no reason. You standing behind me at the little where they stop at. You know when you're doing the self-checkout, they ain't right behind you. This motherfucker walked up. She walked up. You would have seen it. Hold on. Let me check. Morris want to see that crown cup. Booyah. It got my name on it and shit. My friend Candace had this made for me. I could find out where she got it from, Morris. And this when I was in Texas, she had it made and sent to me because y'all know I fuck with Crown heavy. But I'll find out where she got it, and I'll let you know if you want me to. Just let me know. So, but y'all look. This shit is out of control. It's out of hand. The stuff that's happening with immigration is out of control. It's literally out of control. I don't know. They keep saying, okay, we're going to wait till, when the midterms come. Everybody talking about the midterms. I don't know if y'all know this. We can't afford to wait till the midterms. And on top of that, I don't believe we're going to have midterms. Because before he got in office, see, y'all think I'm crazy and just be talking. I don't just be talking. I ain't going to tell you no fuck shit. Before he got in office, before he was still campaigning and whole night, I was telling my people, I was like, y'all look here. Trump don't want no election. He just want to stay. He's not trying to do no midterm. See, these motherfuckers that's following behind Trump, they're not going to get back in office. A lot of them are already like, no, I'm good. They already know they're not going to make it. So my thing is this. If we're at war, we don't have elections. He has declared war on everybody. Everybody. Okay, Morris, I'll let you know. Matter of fact, I'll send her a message tonight when I get off, and I'll let you know. So, so my thing is, what the fuck we gonna do? Ain't nobody stopping this fat bitch. Ain't nobody stopping Wig. Wig is in office doing whatever he want to do. I feel like he smell like pee. I don't know if he do, but I feel like he does. But I don't know. So, but ain't nobody doing shit. Ain't nobody doing nothing. What is going to happen by the time, if you think about all the money this country has lost, all the jobs that we have lost, it's some things I want to do, y'all. I'm being honest. I'm scared to move around like I want to with opportunities. Because I got 2 degrees. I may not be able to get nothing else. I may not be able to get what I want. Right? Because all this shit is fucked up. So I find that I'm holding on to the hold on because I don't know what's going to happen. And y'all need to be paying attention to what the fuck is going on in the news. You need to be paying attention to this administration because they're doing shit with the right hand and the left hand don't know what you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to be paying attention to this shit. Venezuela, I've been on Venezuela, right? On it. Let me tell you something. Things are not always as they seem. They're not. So when this fat bitch took his ass over there and kidnapped the president of Venezuela, some people, black folks, black dude, ooh, that was some gangster shit. Ooh. Y'all make light. We always need something to be funny. Everything ain't funny. He just set the precedence of what another motherfucker can come over here or go anywhere and do. You don't do that. Venezuela is a sovereign country. If you don't know what sovereign means, look this shit up. Because it basically just means they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They don't answer to people. They don't answer to other countries. They're independent and they are recognized as such. So if he was a fucked up dictator, and I'm going to be honest, that wasn't our problem. That's Venezuela's problem. We got a fucked up dictator too. Ain't nobody coming to get weed. So what you talking about? What you saying to me? So pay attention. When they kidnapped the first lady and the president from Venezuela, locked them up in the States. And then, the interim president is the vice president. And she, yes, and then she all giggly and shit. I said, nope. Something's wrong with this. Something is wrong with this. Why? They just kidnapped the motherfucker that's on top of you. And you giggling and all this old fuck shit? I said, no, this something ain't right. I did my own research. Why? Because we can all do research. This motherfucker, the president, now interim president of Venezuela, she donated $500,000 to Trump. You didn't know that, did you? So this bitch, if you ask me, this bitch had everything to do with her people being murdered in them boats. Everything to do with the president being kidnapped and all that kind of shit. Y'all celebrating shit you shouldn't be celebrating. That's not our business. That's like a motherfucker walking up in your house and kidnapping your husband and going about the... What? You don't do shit like that. Trump has put everybody in danger. Everybody. And some of y'all walk around like you don't give a fuck. You don't know what's what. Baby, you gonna wish you knew what the fuck was going on. Venezuela woman said to me at Walmart, she was all happy and celebrating, and she was like, and President Trump, and he did this, and he got the people out of there and all this stuff. I said, President Trump was sending you motherfuckers over to that torture prison. President Trump. Now I'm just saying president because she said it, because I don't call, he's not my fucking president. I said President Trump also revoked all of y'all green cards and citizenship, all that kind of shit. He said, get the fuck over there. Get the fuck on. Well, no, you don't understand. No, I understand. You don't understand. This ain't got nothing to do with him giving a fuck about you or your people. See, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I dog walk these bitches daily. Literally dog walk them. Don't come talking to me and you trying to take up for Trump, you support Trump, bitch, I will dog walk you. By the time I'm done talking to you, you in tears. Because I am going to dog you the fuck out. And I don't even raise my voice. I dog walk these bitches every day. This is some real shit, y'all. And y'all need to be paying attention to what the fuck is going on in this country. Pay attention. He has threatened everybody. If he fuck with Greenland, you know what's going to happen? The UN, all them motherfuckers is in it. We don't have wars on American soil for a reason. It would devastate the country. But he's starting wars with motherfuckers in the Western Hemisphere. He's talking about taking over South America. He fucking with Cuba. Don't nobody fuck with Cuba. He fucking with Colombia. He doing all kind of fuck shit. But y'all okay with it because it's white supremacy type shit. And nobody questions white supremacy. We just gonna go along with it. This is why black people are exhausted. And again, I go back to none of this changes. Systematic racism, white supremacy, none of this shit changes until white people change. And I can't give it to you no more plain than that. Ain't no amount of marching gonna change shit. I'm not doing another fucking march. I'm sick of marching. I'm sick of protesting. The fuck is he gonna do? It ain't did shit. It has not done shit. Why? If we don't get these motherfuckers out of office immediately, 2027, bitch, please. This time next year, you better hope he ain't in office. You better hope his fat ass done stop breathing. Every day I'll be like, did he wake up dead? Nope, not today. Maybe tomorrow. And I don't apologize for saying it. I don't give a fuck if y'all... Trish, you shouldn't say fuck you and your mama. I don't care. Racism has to be the stupidest shit that has ever graced us. Ever. It is the stupidest shit ever. And you know who's responsible for it? White folks. They'll take credit for everything except white supremacy. And that's the only thing that they've ever contributed to society is white supremacy. So be mad if you want to. Baby, I'm just telling the truth. I am just, am I a racist? Absolutely not. But you know what I'm doing? Telling the truth. White people, especially colonizers. Now, when I say colonizers shit, you know I'm talking about these racist bitches, right? So, they are so uncomfortable talking about race. Because they're all about, hey, Karen, hey, Elder, who else I got on there? All right. Listen, this shit, I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser. White supremacy has always been, and it will always be, unless white people change it. White people are not going to change it. They benefit too much from white supremacy. They're not going to change it. So, because it's not a black problem. It's a them problem. That problem belongs to white folks. Because we didn't come up with white supremacy. They did. That's their shit. So trying to maneuver around a system that was built for us to fail. And now some of us made it through. Some of us are successful. We got a couple things here and there. We got $2, $3. We can take a vacation. Woo, woo. We will never match the wealth that we were robbed of. We'll never be able to get that back. So that generational wealth is all tied up in systemic racism. That's what it is. And some of y'all so busy out here, y'all kicking it and doing all this old shit. And listen, I ain't never mad at kicking it, ever. But baby, find out what the fuck is going on and how it's going to affect you. When you be voting, look at this shit. Like, for real. Because we may not vote ever again in life now. If he's not out of office. Because everybody got to go. This is another thing. I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth. Shit's coming. I'm going through perimenopause, so my brain is fucked up. This is the thing, too. This is how I knew that it was some fuck shit going on in Venezuela. If you have a corrupt head, which would be the president of Venezuela, and they go in and take him out, you don't just take out the head, you take out the whole regime, you take out the whole entire cabinet. Because if the head is corrupt, the cabinet is corrupt. Trump says, we have a good working relationship with the vice. That's what made me look into her. I'm like, that don't make no sense. And why is she smiling so much? It doesn't make sense. So when you start looking at this shit, and you can go back as far back as you want to go, racism is a one-trick pony. Racism hides behind the Bible. Racism hides behind cruelty. Racism with all the oppression. These are the same Christians that say empathy is a word for weak people. We don't believe in empathy. Jesus was full of empathy. Jesus walked amongst regular folks. He was man and God. He walks amongst regular folks. Jesus, remember with the loaves and the fishes? That's empathy. You feeding the poor. You feeding people who don't have. Miracles. The lady that touched the hem of his garment and was healed. Empathy. These are things that Christians are supposed to do, is be empathetic, as you're supposed to be modeling yourself after Jesus, which you guys have failed at that shit. Failed. So when I look at this with all this church stuff and all this, I don't believe in organized religion anyway. I think it's a whole fucking scam. And that's why I don't belong to churches. Let me just keep my relationship with God right here with me. Because you know what? It's free for me to have a relationship with God, but it ain't free to go to church. It ain't free to do none of that shit. But to have a relationship with God, to know I'm solid with God, is free. Fuck church. I ain't doing no church. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. Because these same motherfuckers that be up in church every Sunday and Wednesday at Bible study and all that old shit is the main ones that back this stuff. How do you believe in a God that is a healing, merciful God, but you don't embody any of that? You lie like a rug, all this kind of old shit. Y'all better start paying attention. Hey, Darius, y'all better start paying attention, because I'm telling you, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. I'm going to let you know that right now. They done already stole one of Russia's little oil tankers and all that kind of old shit. They already doing some fuck shit. Putin talking trash now. Let China get in on it. But while y'all laughing and shit, think, oh, I ain't worried about it. You should be worried. Because we got a few things happening. We're going to have a race war here amongst ourselves, amongst each other. And motherfuckers going to come over here and they're going to start taking people down. It's what's going to happen. You can't fuck with these other countries like this and think that they're not going to come and start taking yours too. So I'm just like, Venezuela, like, we went in and took your president. When y'all going to send a motherfucker to come take Wig? We waiting for Wig to go. He's still here. Let's see if he wake up dead tomorrow. I'm sure we'll all know by the time we get up. So my thing is this. Mr. Price said that church is a business now. You are absolutely correct. And Yvette says, girls say that. Karen says truth. Yvette says amen. And Yvette also says that this is about power, money, oil, power, and money. And she says, wake up and pay attention. And then, Morris says she's telling the truth. Hold on to your coins. Yes, auntie. Yeah. I gotta go get me a damn gun. I gotta go get me a gun. I was looking on there today. I'm like, cause I'm telling you right now, I ain't got time. Motherfucker come over here with some fuck shit. You're not finna come up in my house and drag me out this bitch. Let me tell you something about ICE. They're not even supposed to be talking to American citizens. They're not even supposed to be. They don't have arresting powers when it comes to American citizens. It's not about American citizens. I don't know how many times the motherfucker got to tell y'all this is not about immigration. This is about money. This is about it. And I would say power, but Trump is not a powerful president, not to me. Because power is something that not many people possess. He's a forceful president. Those are two different things. Forceful, but not powerful. Because power remains even when you're gone. If you were powerful, you still, even once you're dead, you still own that. People still feel that power. Malcolm X, to me, still powerful. He's not with us, still powerful. Barack Obama, soft-spoken, mild-mannered, powerful. Trump is a bumbling fucking idiot. He probably, like I said, I think he smelled like pee. I don't think he changed his diaper that often, and he probably got a diaper rash, because I just feel like he smells like pee and probably cheese, both of them together. So, look, I'm telling y'all right now, pay attention, because now God won't let me quit this podcast. So now I'm going to be on here every week cussing y'all to pay attention to what is going on. Don't be overlooking stuff. Don't be walking around and not be aware of your surroundings. They are still lynching black men. But y'all ain't hearing about it. You want to know why y'all ain't hearing about it? Oh, I'm going to tell you. Because Trump and all his friends bought all the major media outlets. So all the news you get from Trump. You get from MAGA, because they bought CBS, all his friends and cousins and shit. They bought all this shit. So you don't get the real news. You better start looking at like Joy Reid, Don Lemon, all that. Look at motherfuckers like that. A lot of these podcasters, but you got to get the right one. They will tell you the truth. News media outlets are not telling you the truth, because Trump's people own that. The reason that these 2 million Epstein files still haven't come out, baby, they trying to scrub the fuck out of them, because the first batch was bad enough. It's some real fuck shit in the rest of these files, y'all. That's why he's killing all these people. The president of Colombia said, you threatening me? Release the files, Trump. He said, just release. You killing people and you want to threaten other people with war, other countries with war. Just release the files. The president of Colombia said that. This shit is crazy. Vern said he smells like shit. Get it right. Well, he shitted on himself too. So look, all of the above. But I just feel like he stink. I think his breath stink. I think he stink. I just think he stink. He just looks like, he's always looked like he stink. His hair looks like a bunch of cat hair. He just looks like he stinks. He looks musty to me. And every time he come on TV, I be like, I feel like I can smell him. Like my face be so stupid. So look, I'm talking about all this shit You listen to Al Sharpton? Okay, cool. I haven't been listening to Al Sharpton or Roland Martin. Roland Martin be a little sometimes I can't. He just be arguing on the show. I don't want to hear no fucking arguing. But I'm going to see what Al Sharpton talking about. I ain't listened to him in a long time. So maybe tomorrow I'll pull him up and listen to him while I'm at work. But listen. Hold on. Kai says they are not to be trusted. Find reputable underground news outlets. Absolutely. I'm telling y'all. I keep saying every time I come on here, I feel like a broken record. Do your own research. Find out what the fuck is going on. Even all this shit, and then I'm going to wrap it up. What time is it? Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up in a minute. All that shit with them Somalis and stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. Fuck them Somalis. Fuck them. Send them on back to Somalia. This is why. Because black people from other countries, Africa, Somalia, Jamaica, Haiti, wherever the fuck they come from, they always come to the United States and they're very critical of black people. They are critical of us. Why y'all letting them do this? Y'all need to be doing that. What's wrong with y'all? Let me just say this, and I'm going to say it with my whole motherfucking chest, and please take this as disrespectfully as you possibly can. You bitches are the majority where the fuck you come from. And the colonizers still went over there and bent you the fuck over. We are 14% of the population in this bitch. 14%. So you can't come over here and tell me shit. We over here doing the best that we fucking can, but your ass over there in Africa ain't nothing but black folks over there, and you don't let them motherfuckers rob and rape you. So don't come over here telling us what the fuck it do. Somalia, they came over here with they Make America Great hats on with them big ass fucking light bulb ass heads and then protruding ass mouths, and we're not a part of the African American community. We're not black. We're Somalia. Well, take your Somalia having ass back over to Somalia. That's what the fuck. Get rid of every one of them motherfuckers. You wearing a MAGA hat, take they black asses back on across the water. That's what I say. That's what I say. If you fuck with Trump, get the stepping. I'm serious, y'all. I got no love for him. Anthony says Trey Reed, the black college student found dead at Delta State in Mississippi. I can't talk. Delta State University in Mississippi in September found hanging. Exactly. And it was more than just him. It was a couple black men that were hung at that time. And so, and there's been more than that, y'all. They're not reporting it. They're not, do you hear what I'm telling you? They're not reporting it. There's shit that's happening that you don't know about because they're not reporting it. I don't know about because they're not, but I done made up my mind. I'm like, listen, I'm finna find out what I need to find out. Y'all, we are in danger. Whether you believe it or not, we are in danger. Everybody is in danger. So it was crazy. So I was at the nail shop. My nail lady says, what are you going to do for New Year's? And I said, I'm thinking about going to church. I said, maybe I'll go to church. Well, be careful if you go to church. Be careful why. Now, I don't normally go out on New Year's because people be driving crazy. I ain't got time for it. And so, so that's always in the back of my mind. Is somebody going to run me over? I'm going to die on the way home or something. So I was like, if I do something, it'll be that. Well, be careful, Trish. And I said, why? She's like, well, me and my husband was talking and, you got to be careful because Muslims and stuff, they're probably going to be targeting churches, trying to bomb them and all that kind of stuff. I said, you don't say. She said, why you say it like that? I said, girl, let me tell you something. You know who you don't have to worry about coming and bombing your church and blowing it up and setting it on fire? You ain't got to worry about no Muslims. I said, you know who going to come and set your church on fire, though? Who? Christians. Christians, bitch. Christians do this shit. Christians burn down churches. Christians put burning crosses in your fucking yard. Those are Christians. They're not Muslims. They're not Muslims. Y'all quit playing in my fucking face. Quit playing in my face. And then Mr. Price says they have also been killing a lot of black truckers over the road. What? I haven't heard. See, now I'm going to have to look that up. I haven't heard about that. See, there's so much shit that we don't know, y'all. We have to empower and educate ourselves. Let me tell you something else. I had, maybe a few months ago, I had put on Facebook this saying I ran across. It's like, what was the thing? Shit. Red ants and black ants. So you got a jar, you got a mason jar, and you fill them up with red ants and black ants, right? They're living in harmony. They're just fine. Everybody's doing what the fuck they're doing. Pick up that same mason jar. You got it covered up. Pick it up and shake it real hard and put it down. Now those ants that were just living in harmony are fighting. Because the black ants think the red ants did something to them. The red ants think the black ants did something to them. But it wasn't neither of them. It was the colonizer that's shaking the fucking jar. And that's what the fuck they doing. They shaking the jar. We're fighting amongst each other. But they're shaking the jar. They're winning. I'm telling you, they're fucking winning. So, you've been going to church for a long... Listen, people just so fucking weird, honey. Just, everybody want to blame everything. And this is where a lot of that entitlement, motherfucker think they can say whatever they want to say to you. This cat that I know, white dude, he says, I don't know why George Floyd be on the minds of colonizers all the time. He says, hey, I want to ask you something, Trish. I was like, what's going on? He said, you know, this was after Charlie Kirk died. He said, you know, all this stuff with Charlie Kirk is crazy. He said, I get it. He's like, but what I didn't understand, he said, it seemed like blacks are mad that white people are upset about Charlie Kirk. You know, it's mourning Charlie Kirk. I said, we don't give a fuck about y'all or Charlie Kirk, truth be told. So, but go ahead. He said, well, I'm just saying because, you know, it was fucked up what happened to George Floyd, but it was crazy that you guys worshipped him the way you did. Like, that guy was a scumbag and he was going to die anyway because he had all them drugs in his system. So after he got done, I just sat and looked at him. Just like this. He's uncomfortable. Because he don't know what I'm thinking. I don't say nothing. I literally stare at him for probably 30 seconds. I said, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what George Floyd did in his personal time. It had nothing to do with a motherfucker putting his knee on his neck. And I guarantee you, the drugs wasn't going to kill him. He's been a drug addict. Drugs probably would have killed you or I, because we don't do drugs, but it wasn't going to kill him. I said, and even if it was going to kill him, then let that be the reason he died. But that's not the reason he died. I said, and then I just find it so crazy that a motherfucker will come talk to me about a black man who just got killed in the fucking street, left like a dog. So you're taking it, Trick. Don't talk to me about racism. I will drag you. I will fucking dog walk you. Don't you, because hear me. I could start talking to you about that old funny looking Charlie Kirk. I could say something about that funny looking bitch. I could say something. I could say a whole lot of shit about his ass. I don't even need to, though. He said enough. You can see exactly the type of person he is, the shit that he said. You can see exactly who the fuck his wife is. This bitch out here fucking and sucking. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I mourn the loss of Prince longer than she is mourning the loss of her husband. This bitch is on a full tour, but telling people, y'all need to stay home. Women don't need to work. Bitch, you working? Y'all listen. This shit with MAGA, this bunch of fucking hypocrites, all of this shit is fucked up, which goes back to black fatigue. I'm exhausted. Black people, we always have to know how to do things different. We have two lives. We got the life that we live with our families and our loved ones, and then we got to put on that Susie voice when we go to work, and because you know you can't. Because you're going to be intimidating. This is how exhausting it is to be black. And then I'm going to let y'all go. We are the only race of people that has to have legislation in place to wear our hair naturally. The Crown Act. People celebrate, oh, we got the, fuck the Crown Act. We should need a law. We should not need a law to tell us that we can wear our hair in its natural state. Hey Sharon, hey Johnny, hey Darius. But we have laws that they have passed in at least, I think it's 5 or 6 states. It's called the Crown Act. That says it's no longer illegal for a black person to wear their hair naturally. What other race of people have laws like that? I'll wait. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm going to take a drink and then wait for y'all to tell me. This Blackberry Crown, by the way, with some lemonade is good too. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for somebody to tell me if another race of people got that same kind of law, because I've never heard of it. No? Ain't nobody typing. I don't see nothing. Okay. So I'm gonna go with no. We're the only race of people that has to have a law to determine that we can wear our hair naturally. And you wonder why we be irritated with you motherfuckers. This is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. Y'all won't leave us the fuck alone. It's always something. So, black fatigue is a real thing. And I encourage you guys to look up that book and get it. The book is good. I ain't gonna lie to you. The book is good. So far, I haven't finished the book. I'm still reading it. The book is good. Enlighten yourself. If you don't like to read, if you don't like to sit and hold a book, get you some audibles. But start reading. Start getting. If you ain't get your history, you better learn that shit now. You gonna see why things are the way they are. Some things make perfect sense to me because I've done the work and I see how a lot of this shit. Oh, it's called hold on. It's called Black Fatigue, and I put it in. Hold on, Sharon. I'm trying to see if it'll let me reply to you. It's by Mary. Let me see. Black Fatigue. I don't know why I'm typing so slow. Shit. Okay. It's called Black Fatigue. I just put it in the thing. And let me see if I can get a picture of the book and put it in here. Oh, shoot. It ain't. Oh, wait a minute. It might. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to take it, but let's try it. And no, it didn't take it. But it's called Black Fatigue by Mary Frances Winter. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to wait, but I'll put it in here and tag you in there. But get the book, y'all. Get the book. The book is spot on talking about black fatigue. This is why black people be tired as fuck. We always know it's some fuck shit. We ain't got to be doing nothing. We ain't got to bother nobody. Our very existence threatens white mediocrity. Because to me, ain't no such thing as white supremacy. You bitches are basic as fuck. So, white mediocrity. That's it. That's it. So, this book is it's good. She's award-winning too. But this book it's almost like living while black. You already know it's going to be some shit because you black. I remember before I moved, I was still living in Portland. And I had a couple friends that lived over in Vancouver, Washington. And so this particular friend lived over, I can't think of that main, like Mill Plain or something like that. Because I remember there was a Walmart over there. So she would want to go out, and I didn't drink or nothing. And so, but she likes to drink. So I'd be like, yeah, I'll go with you and I'll be the driver. So I lived in Portland. I would go out, I'd go drop her off at home over in Vancouver. Every time I dropped her off, I got pulled over at the same light. I'm making a left from whatever street this was onto Mill Plain, and then from Mill Plain, and I make a right and get on 205. So every time, so about 6 times, I got pulled over at this light. Now I'm sitting at a red light, left turn signal, police behind me every time. So I don't say nothing. I just go along with it. They're like, well, it looks like you have a gun permit, because I was a registered gun holder in Portland. And I was like, yeah, I ain't got nothing in the car. Oh, okay. So they go through the whole thing. And then finally, by the first time they told me my brake light was out, I knew my brake light wasn't out. Okay. So ironically, the next day, my car was going in for service for oil change at Lexus out in Beaverton. So I take my car, I tell my guy, Steve, he's my service guy. I said, Steve, check my lights too. I said, the police pulled me over last night and said my brake light was out. He said, I just saw you pull in. Your brake lights are fine. I said, well, check them anyway. Check them anyway. Brake lights are fine. Hey, Daryl. So after that, I keep getting pulled over. So by the 7th time, because they had already got me 6 times. By the 7th time, now I'm pissed off. So he walked over to my car and he was like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't have a gun in the car. He said, well, why you say that? I said, because every time you guys pull me over, this is the 7th time. Every time you pull me over, you ask me, you tell me that you know I got a gun permit and you want to know if I have any weapons in the car. I do not. I said, what are you pulling me over for this time? Because I'm always at the stoplight turning left. So I just want to know, what is my signal not on long enough? He said, well, you got to understand. What do I need to understand? This is a expensive vehicle. This is when I first got my Lexus. He goes, this is at least a $50,000 vehicle. And the windows are tinted. We can't see who's inside. So we need to figure out who's over here with this car. I said, y'all need to figure out who's over here with this car. It's my car. I've done nothing wrong. And there's no reason that you need to pull me over because you know who I am. You know exactly who I am. That's why you keep pulling me over. I said, so I'm going to tell you what. Come back. I said, I drop my friend off at least once a week. Drop her off next week. I get pulled over. Now we talking. No, you're taking her. I'm not taking her wrong, sir. I said, every time my tail lights is out, all kind of weird shit. What are you pulling me over for? You know who I am. What are you pulling me over for? And he just stopped. He said, well, this is an expensive vehicle. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want motherfuckers to have nothing. I'm like, I work for TriMet. Shit, y'all, anybody know you work for TriMet? You write your own checks. So yeah, money was flowing plentiful. Yes, I was buying cars off the showroom. Shit. But I got a right to do that. It's my fucking money. I work for it. They don't want you to have nothing. These colonizers want you to be broke and destitute in the back of a bar drinking a warm beer. They don't want you to have shit. So know that when you looking up all this shit, know that if we ever have a fucking election again, know that he's trying to not do any of this to keep us in war. If we're at war, we are never going to have an election. Y'all better wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. I'll see you next week.